So, Joanna, thanks for hopping on to share your experience working with us. First, can you tell us a bit about your location, how long you've been open, how long we've been working together as well?
Yeah, so we are in Clarksville, Tennessee, which is about an hour outside of Nashville. We have been open for 7 months, like 2 days over 7 months. And we have been working with you guys since the beginning. I think we started with y'all maybe like a month before. I remember we were like late to the game. It was like we were crunching because it was right before soft opening, and it was like, okay, we need to do this, but we were like scared to take the leap of spending the big chunk of money on it. But it's been well worth it for sure. Absolutely. What? Thomas is walking past giving me faces like that was not a good.
All I heard was spending the big chunk of money.
Well, it's an investment for sure to invest in you guys, and it's been worth it for sure.
At 150%.
I mean, and when we talked, like I have a background in not a background. I dabble in like social media, like I enjoy it. And so I was like, oh, we can do this. No, there's no way we could have done this without you guys. There's a lot of the like grunt work that goes into the things that you guys do. And a lot of like, I mean, we have two small kids. So like constantly being able to respond to people and get people through the doors, like that would not be an easy task for me to do, or even like, our employees who are mostly moms too. So it's been like, I think that's a game changer, is you guys being able to, constantly be on talking to these people and like being genuine. Like there have been times where they're like, they think that it's somebody fake and then they realize it's a real person. But, having really good conversations to get them through the door has been super helpful. And then following up with them, like if they need to reschedule or anything like that. As far as what Maddie had said was that like our leads, we were having a ridiculous amount of leads coming through our doors. So, as far as where we are now, we're almost like, what did I say, 8 shy away from 400 members in 7 months. I think that that's a huge part of you guys helping get them through the doors. Pretty much everybody that comes in is like, we saw you from Facebook. It was an ad. And I just kept getting these Facebook things coming through. And I'm like, it was a sign. It wasn't our pushing marketing people. It was a sign. You're supposed to be here. Yeah, y'all are doing awesome. And it's been great to work with y'all.
Yeah. What would you say, you kind of hit on some things there. Like, what do you feel like has been probably the most helpful parts of what we do that contributes to that growth?
I would say like following up with those leads that entered the email list until they walk through the door. Like, I feel like when I try and do that with people that call, which I'm y'all's little membership mastery program has definitely been helping with like the phone call situation. But I feel like it's hard to like get them to like commit to walking through the door on a phone call even, or like, I just feel like you guys really do a good job of like following up with that person until they actually walk through the door. But I will say the advertisements are what enticing them. So whatever y'all are putting in those ads are doing a good job too.
It's a twofold approach, of course.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're at 393 members right now, or 392, probably.
Yes, 392.
Not that far away. And so we just had a promotion that you just did. How did you perform on that promotion?
So we got 255 vouchers sold. I think we were number 5 in the nation with all the burns, or against all the burns. We're all in it together, not against. But as far as our conversion rate right now, we are sitting at 39%. So we literally just need one more to make a 40% conversion, which was our goal. So, and we still can get that. We're still like, I think we still have a couple more weeks until that's completely over. So, yeah, I mean, we set a goal for, I think 150, and we went 100 over that with our voucher sales. So, kudos to you guys. A lot of it, I mean, we have a great community that provides a lot of referrals, and we have a great team on board, but I do think a lot of that is like the marketing part of it for sure, getting them through the door.
Yeah, everything is kind of working in sync together.
Yes.
Yeah, and sounds like we still have people on trial right now. So, I mean, 100 members plus that you're going to end up converting in these first, 6 weeks or so, first 8 weeks of 2023.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's nuts. Yeah. So you also mentioned the membership mastery coaching program that you're part of, where, we cover sales, lead generation, grassroots lead generation, social media strategies. Can you share a little bit about why you decided to join that?
Yeah. So our biggest thing was we were getting so many leads through the door. But obviously we have closed on a lot of members from where we are in this far, like being 7 months in, but at the same time, for the amount of people that were walking through our doors, our closing rate was, I think when we talked, it was like 30% or something. I can't even remember honestly, but just trying to get that closing rate to, more like a 40 to 50% rate. And then another big thing is just retaining members, which I think when we talked, it was my main thing was to get people to commit and convert. But I feel like what I've taken out of it is more of like retaining the members as well from the program. Especially in our community, we have military. So people are like moving and coming and also scared to commit because they don't know where they're going to be. So I think that all of that has been super helpful. And then as far as, honestly, I wish that I would have like had different team members involved in it, because now like we've gone through a growing process where I've put somebody in a different role, and I'm still going to have her watch all the videos and everything, and she's going to get a ton out of it. But I think it's been super helpful for them too, to kind of see it's not, there's a lot of things that they can do. We can all do a little bit more instead of just like me doing all of the back work of getting the members and getting them to stay. When it comes to like communicating or like going out into the field and getting stuff, getting leads and all of that. So yeah, that the program's been great. It's super, super informative.
Yeah. You mentioned that you've had some team members jump on. Have they only been able to catch the recordings, or have they been jumping on the live calls as well?
Both. So we have, let's see, sometimes we have team meetings around, like 30 minutes before when the time is. So I think sometimes if we go over our team meeting, they don't get to hop on. So they have been watching the recordings. But a lot of times they try and hop on for the lives, but they've gotten to be a part of some of the, like, I don't know, when y'all do the little,
when we break it.
Yes. So it's been great. I mean, like she called me afterwards and she's like, oh my gosh, I'm mind blown with all the information that I just got from this. Like, so it's been really great for them, to want to have, a say and part of it and, ideas. When we had headquarters come visit us, about a month ago. And the biggest thing that they saw was there was, not enough follow-up from like the trainers. So like the blue carpet experience was there when they came through the doors. But it was kind of like the BAs were doing all of the work to like bring them back up to the desk and all of that. And so the gap that they saw was that the trainers really need to be involved in like getting them back up, because otherwise the BAs get busy at the desk and then the new people have walked out the door. So with the mastery program, y'all kind of talked about that, of like the teamwork that goes into that and the system of like having a card and handing it off. So one of our employees like took that, ran with it, and that has helped a lot too, just kind of having that teamwork with our whole team. That's
awesome. How have you liked being able to have your team essentially get kind of trained by us and not having you?
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
What are some of the other biggest takeaways that you guys have grabbed from the program, you and your team?
Well, like I said, the whole phone conversations, that has always been a challenge. Well, I wouldn't say always a challenge, but I don't want to be the pushy salesperson on the phone that, so I think just learning to what am I trying to say? Tips and tricks, just of like people on the phone, how to like make them a lead and not just answer their question. That has been super helpful. I think for me, the one call about retaining members, just like having monthly hangs and those kind of things. Because now with our voucher people that have come through the door, you know, now we have members that have been there for 6 months, and they like have kind of, I wouldn't say created cliques, but like they have their people that they go to camp with. And we have heard from a couple people being like, you know, we want to make sure everybody is like, we don't want these, it just become these clicky things. And so I think just hearing that and like knowing we should be doing more like outings or different things that we can do in the gym to really create that culture of like, everybody is here, everybody's welcome. We're, you know, there's not like cliques. Obviously there's going to be that natural, like people breaking off and having people that they meet at camp. But if we can prevent the like really clicky feel when you walk through the door, that's my biggest goal. So
what have you noticed that has changed like with your team or maybe just the gym itself since like jumping into the program and implementing things?
Well, I think a big part of it is really giving them more responsibility, I guess, in converting the members, like really speaking our goals out loud to them, and kind of telling them the why behind it has been a big thing, because it's not like, hey, I'm making you do all of this so that we can, you know, get all these members and, you know, all of that. It's like, there's so much more behind it. And then just seeing them like be excited to do it and kind of get in the swing of like the blue carpet experience and rolling that out. Cause I mean, y'all are doing it with, what's the other gym that's in there? ASI or
ISI.
ISI, yes. So y'all aren't like specifically but that whole, I mean, y'all are using that as like when somebody walks through the door, the handoff, all of that, no matter if it's called a blue carpet experience or whatever, you know, y'all are definitely hounding on that. So I think that's just it being more of a group effort has been super helpful.
Do you feel like it's kind of like empowered your team and taken a little bit less stress off of you?
Oh, 100%. But that's why I say I wish I have selected the person that I put in that role from the very beginning, because I feel like it would have been even better to start. I think for us, you know, we're still kind of like fresh in this. When we started the program, I was still fresh. I didn't have like an ops manager or I'm wearing all the hats. And so I do think it has helped me, you know, y'all talked about too, like how to pay people. Well, y'all kind of guide. Y'all don't tell us exactly what to do, but y'all give us guidance on that. And I think that's been super helpful to figure out how to like delegate and hand off those kind of things and how to pay them for it. Because I'm not going to ever ask someone to do something for free. Like they, you know, I wanted to be a part of their job, but I didn't know how to like go about that. Cause again, it's still very new. So, yeah, I feel like that's been super helpful too.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think we covered a good bit here. I think my last question would just be, you know, what would you say to anybody that's on the fence, you know, considering at least, you know, booking a call to learn more about us?
Oh, don't wait. I mean, seriously, there, you know, not to compete, but there are so many other marketing teams out there. And I'm not going to like say names or anything like that, but we have had an amazing experience. From what I've heard from other people that have used Pancham, they've had a very awesome experience as well. I feel like y'all take so much stress off of the biggest part of like the business is getting the leads. And I mean, y'all take a lot of responsibility in doing that and just getting them through the door. And then we do the next part to keep them there. So I would say to people, like, it's 100% worth the money. And even though it's a lot, it's worth it.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate that kind recommendation there. And I appreciate you taking the time to share your experience working with us here.
Of course.
Awesome. Thanks, Joanna.
You're welcome.